Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having a wonderful day. So today's video will be something a bit different. Usually I try to help you with your planning system and all that, but today I'm asking help from you. I am in desperate need for help for organizing my life. When it comes to project works or deadlines, I'm really good at it. I can organize my time and allocate time to myself to actually finish and achieve the deadline. But when it comes to normal stuff, and this is just for me, when it comes to everyday stuff like laundry, ironing, folding clothes, I'm really crap at those. When it comes to things like laundry or cooking or preparing lunch for next day, stuff like that, I am so terrible at it. And I'll show you, for example, especially the worst one is laundry, I tell you. I always write, do laundry. So basically, on Friday, I wrote laundry, didn't do it. On Saturday, I wrote laundry as well, didn't do it. And on Sunday, I finally managed to do my laundry. How terrible is that? Whenever it's time for me to do laundry, I just keep ignoring it. It's just annoying that I'm so lazy about it, and it shouldn't be like this. When people see my traveler's notebook and all the inserts I've got in here, they think I've got my life all together, like I've got it all sorted out. But in reality, I don't. Everyday stuff is the worst one for me. Now, I know what you guys are going to say. You probably will say, why don't you just download a tracker and keep a daily tracker? I tried it, it didn't work. And I ended up wasting a whole insert because it was just an insert full of trackers. And I don't know, something about tracker just puts me off. I don't know if it's the same case for you, but for me, trackers absolutely put me off. So I normally don't get attracted to trackers that much. I also tried doing a to-do list every single day. For example, if I have the normal chores to do, I will write them down the first thing in the morning. Again, those things really didn't work for me. Right, so there are several things I struggle with to take care of myself and my house. So for example, okay, this is probably not house. So for example, journaling, I am not doing it that often anymore. And it's really sad because back in summer, I used to journal every single day. And I can see the thought process and which day I'm feeling happy, which day I'm feeling sad. And I feel like it was very therapeutic for me. Like if I was having a really hard day, I would write about it and then I will feel better about that day and will be able to move on, if that makes sense. Nowadays, I'm not doing that often. And there are days when I'm struggling to even just get out of bed, or I'm feeling depressed, or, I'm just struggling in general. So I have to get back at journaling. I'm trying. I have been pushing myself. So that's why I put my floofy bookmark in my journaling insert so that it catches my eye and I constantly go and do some journaling. So that's one thing. The second thing is fitness, okay, my health. 3 years ago, right, I gained so much weight and I think I'll be honest with myself and tell you that I haven't tried hard enough to lose it. So every time I tried, I failed, and it just carried on being a vicious cycle. So I haven't lost all the weight that I've gained 3 years ago, and I'm still carrying them. And it really makes me mad that I'm still dealing with this weight, Like I should have lost it ages ago. But I don't have the willpower to do it. So I'm going to set myself some goals and say, okay, you have to eat 3 meals a day, stop eating after 6 p.m. and eat at least 3 fruits a day. My fruit and veg intake is really terrible and I'm working on that. Okay, so another thing is exercise. I do not do enough of it. I love walking, but I feel like if I have a day off, I'd rather stay at home and, I don't know, be on the computer rather than go for a walk, or at least do some sort of exercise at home. I really struggle with that, and I think exercise is so important if you're trying to lose weight. When you're trying to lose weight, it's eating healthy and exercise. You have to combine the two in order to see a result. And I feel like I either do one or the other. So I have to sit down and really tell myself that you have to do both of them in order to see some results. Drinking water, I feel like I'm not too bad when it comes to drinking water. I constantly drink tea or some sort of fluid, so I feel like it's not a big issue for me, but I still put it down because sometimes you do forget. The amount of tea I drink, I should be replacing the tea with a glass of water. I feel that should be a better choice. Another goal I want to achieve is reading books. Now, I read a lot of books normally, but lately I have noticed that I'm not reading enough. Like normally I would read every single day, But nowadays, I find myself reading only the days I'm commuting to London, and it's really terrible. Like, I only commute to London 2 to 3 times a week. So for me, that's not good enough. I need to read a book or any sort of material every single day, at least for an hour. That's like compulsory for me. I love reading books. I love to just sit down with a cup of tea and a book and just carry on reading and getting lost in the book. I just need to push myself and be in that habit again. So yes, reading books is really important to me. Another thing, okay, so now I'll tell you something that is quite personal. If you have seen my hand, I've got so many scars, right? You can see here, there's one here, there's one there. There's a terrible one here. I have a type of skin that when I get a scratch or a mosquito bite, it will leave a scar. And it will take ages for that scar to disappear. One thing I can do to help the scar disappear quicker is by moisturizing my body every single day. Now, normally I always moisturize my face. Rest of my body, I tend to ignore it. I probably will moisturize my body, say 3 times a week, whereas I should be doing it every single day. Yes, my skin is really terrible, and I'm getting new scratches from my cats every single day. My cats are lovely, don't get me wrong. They're absolutely lovely animals, but sometimes they get super excited when I have a treat in my hand and they will try to grab my hand. And most of the time their claw will come out. But I really don't mind. It's just I have to take care of myself and not blame it on my cats. And I'm not blaming them, by the way. My skin is so troublesome. I don't know if you can see, I'm getting some sort of rash here just by wearing my wedding ring. So I had to take it off and just let my skin breathe for a little while. Anyway, so yeah, these are all my problem areas and I need to work on them. I need a solution on how to make sure I do all of these every single day. Trying to think of a solution. So what should I do? I don't want a tracker. That's the first thing I've already mentioned. It does not work for me, and I've tried and failed, so I don't want to go back to a tracking system. I kind of thought of a plan. I think I'll make sort of dashboard, like any dashboard like this, but a separate dashboard just for my routines. So say I'll have a dashboard just with a title says a routine and have the list of things I need to do every single day. And it won't be a tick box or anything like that, and I won't write it in my daily planning area. It's just something I have to do every single day, and I would not consider it as an optional thing. It has to be done. I forgot to write laundry. Look at that. Or I'm thinking of creating a vision board or some sort of a mood board. I don't know, some sort of board or something that will just scream out at me. And maybe I can change it every single month so that I don't get bored looking at it, if that makes sense. So yeah, guys, if you have any sort of tips on how you carry on doing your routine stuff every single day, please let me know. I really need your help this time. I want to know how you carry on doing all the everyday things. The things that needs to be done every single day. It needs to be done for a reason, or else it will pile up and then you'll face the consequences after a couple of days, and that's when it's the most horrible part, is just dealing with the consequences. When it comes to deadlines and projects, I'm good with that. I'm okay with that. But things like everyday life sort of things are the ones that I struggle with. I know there are people who are so brilliant at organizing their life. I'm asking for your help. Please leave me some tips and tricks on how you tackle your daily routine and taking care of yourself and your house. Oh, and another thing, I'm starting a different sort of chapter in my life, let's just call that. I want to start painting. I think I've told everyone before that I'm absolutely rubbish when it comes to arts and stuff. But when I was young, I was really good at art. And I never practiced it, I just gave up on it. So when I became an adult, I really didn't practice my skills or anything. And I left it aside. But I think I want to start drawing again and doing all the painting and stuff like that. So I bought some watercolor. Now, I didn't buy anything expensive. God, no. I mean, if this project fails, then at least I didn't spend that much money. So I bought this watercolor set from the works, and it cost me only £3. I want to play with some paints and see where it takes me. I also bought watercolor paper, and the artistic one. They're really thick and heavy, but I really wanted to do it properly. Every single week I will do some artwork, and I will show you it at the end of the week. I am trying to be good, okay? So this is a challenge to myself. I'll do some sort of arts, like, I don't know, probably 3 or 4, in a week, and I'll show you at the end of the week how far I've gone and what I have done. Now that could be a series in my channel. I'm trying to think of a series, and I think this is a good way to start, to actually push myself with colors and painting and artsy things, because whenever I see someone doing some sort of artwork, I just absolutely love it. I kind of crave for it. There are moments when I'm like, oh, I wish I could do that myself. So that's why I got some proper watercolor paper, and I'm going to put this insert in my traveler's notebook, so when I go to places I can start drawing and painting. I wanted to do the drawings and sketchings and stuff like that on a smaller piece of paper. It's because obviously I can carry it in my traveler's notebook, and another thing, if I create something really amazing, I can turn it into a dashboard, and that could be a motivating thing for me as well. So whenever I see my artwork that is really good, it will push me to carry on painting and do some creative stuff. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching my video. Please leave me some tips and help me out. Please help me out. I really need your help this time. Okay, so I will see you very soon.